Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to start this episode off being a dirty boy, saying crude and horrible, disgusting things. I like to make this show family friendly so grandparents and children can all sit around the dinner table and listen to it. But I nearly shit myself the other day, and I just wanted to get a couple of things off my chest. I nearly did. I didn't. And I've done it before. I'm not acting like I'm a clean slate. I've shit myself quite a few times. I used to have a little bit of a habit. uh, but we've all had the odd poo brew in public. All right. I'm not telling any tales out of school when I say it can be a bit of a problem. And I knew it would be after I had KFC, right, the Sunday night, and I didn't follow it with a round of porridge to keep everything all sto. You don't nearly shit yourself every week. It's a once every maybe twice a year thing because you know when it's a real problem. All right, we all maybe need to go to the toilet sometimes, but sometimes you really need to go quick. You have that feeling. You have that dirty little secret. You have a dirt. I was working, waiting for someone to go into their house, to do my job. So I'm just sat in the car with this big idea. We both trying to convince ourselves that we're going to get our own way. It's a 50-50 in the odds department. It's pretty hard to try and overcome those feelings where you sat as well. Like I'm like sat like that. So my bowels are like straight shooting like that. So if I even hiccup, I'm going straight to boom boom town. So the lady finally turns up. She's pretty and she's got a 2-year-old. So I'm never, ever, ever gonna shit in this lady's house. All right, it's bad enough that she's pretty. I don't want her to think that I'm some sort of demon. But also the 2-year-old. I mean, what I'd do to that toilet. This kid will be trying to run through it in therapy for the rest of his life, bouncing from therapist to therapist. Never really being able to quite convey what happened at that tender age of 2, but only knowing that he's got some sort of trauma deep inside him that he can't quite put into words. So I skiddly bop out of there, and I get in my car and I think, all right, I've got to get to the nearest supermarket as quick as possible. So all the way, all the way there, it's about a 10-minute drive. I'm like going. I've got like all the windows down in the car, all the fucking air flying out. The tunes are on 110%. I'm like slapping myself. And I finally get to the supermarket. I put the car in reverse, pull into a spot, and I walk in there and take a straight right as soon as I go through the automatic doors. And they can just, I'm looking at everyone, all like the cashiers going boop, boop, all just see how quick and determined I run into the supermarket. And I get in there and I do it. I beat the system. I manage to just, and I've reached an age now where I think when you're younger, there's a lot of trauma that are built into having shits in public, especially being at school. And if people even smell that there is someone's had a shit while you're in the toilet, not even sat down, your life's over. So even being caught, if you're caught having a shit at school, I mean, kiss goodbye to ever being looked at like a normal person ever again. So I think that follows everyone around a lot, especially me. I try and think about why I'm sat in a public toilet only squeezing when someone puts the air hand dryer on. But I'm over that now. As soon as I get down, I don't care who's in that toilet. I could walk in, the king could be sat in the cubicle next to me, and I would still put the button down on 100% and get straight out of there. I was just so proud of myself. I got up and I walked straight out like Jackie Brown, carrying 500,000 in a backpack. Just head straight forward, smile and wave. There's no confusion. All right, this is a bank robbery. All right, don't alert the police. And then I got outside to the front of the supermarket and I could not remember where I parked my car. It was the strangest thing in the world. I had like amnesia. I think it was almost like my body and my head both was like, right, we need to start deleting the memory pretty soon because what's about to happen, he's not going to want to remember. You know, I wouldn't have got through that if it wasn't for my wicked mentality. All right. And this is what this episode is about. It's about being in monk mode. All right. Because I like to go on Instagram. I like to waste my day flicking through reels. And something that's come across my desk, all right, a little report, are these 13-year-olds that have just been spoiled. All right. Children that haven't had chance to be fuck ups, that haven't been able to learn anything before they decide to pull up their shorts and go out into the real world. But I want to talk about Instagram first because it was very funny for a few good months. And now I think I'm just living off of that. It's almost like the algorithm has changed. Instead of giving me funny videos now, it's like it's it's broken the fourth wall or some sort of other dimension. It gives me videos of people who have very serious physical deformities. They are either mentally, you know, not correctly functioning. They're just ugly people. It's weird. And it's almost like they give it me now because I look at the comments. It is funny being horrible to people on the internet, all right? But it's so strange. It's almost like they've done it on purpose. And I wish there could just be a button that you could click on Instagram where I could reset my whole algorithm and not have to deal with this. But it's just fat people. I saw one video where this young girl, she can't have been older than 15, had a massive forehead, and the top comment was, "What's the big idea?" Oh, dear me. Which is absolutely great. I mean, fucking hell. You wouldn't go to bed for weeks after you'd read that if you were a girl. But there's just constantly people telling you to kill yourself. Just keep the mood, very light. You can't even be fucked up and get sympathy. Some of these people that I'm getting on my feed look like they're born underground, right? And then they've like swelled up once they've come to the surface. It is the strangest thing in the world. And back in the 2000s, if you had some sort of weird shaped head and and too many fingers, you'd get first place on X Factor. People love that sort of stuff. But now that doesn't even get your foot in the door. You've got to have a bit of charm about you as well, or you've got to be so oblivious to what's going on that you just do it anyway, which I respect. I'm not going to put any of these videos up, by the way. I don't want people to know which person I'm saying looks like they were born underground and brought up and they've swelled up and all sorts. The only people that are getting sympathy and cool boy points on the internet are 80-year-old Vietnam veterans blowing people's heads off on battlefield, or people that are so autistic that people almost feel sorry for them, and it's like a joke in encouraging them. The thing that I did want to make this episode about is these children, these monk mode little boys, and it's not little girls that are doing it because little girls are probably have their brain developed a lot more than these 13-year-old boys that are meditating, trying to sling some agency dick on the internet. I don't know if you can talk about 13-year-olds like that. But it's weird. It's weird. We've made one full rotation on culture. It seems like every 100 years we have gone back to Victorian times where children feel they need to work. The conditions of the world are that bad. We've got Oliver Twists making business to business Instagram agencies and posting 2 shorts a day because they feel like they're never going to be able to afford a house. The internet has made children feel that they cannot be innocent and be children anymore. The age that they become adults is so much smaller, and the amount of children actually being born and alive is so small as well that there isn't actually any children left on the planet. Really, no innocent children. Parents come home and go, "Hey, why don't you invite your friends round for a sleepover?" And the kid's smoking his cigarette, a 12-year-old kid, and he says, Mom, half my friends are flying drones for the military, and the other half don't even believe in gravity. And, the parents just shut up and go back onto eBay and start buying jewelry. You don't see kids playing out, and I listen. I'm not being an oldie. Well, I'm not being a old codger here, but I'm sure the kids are going. I can't even go outside and kick a football around. I've got FOMO. The rest of the kids in my class are building $1 million valuation businesses in their spare time. I've got to start selling something. No one likes a child with their shit together. All right? People act like it's bad when kids pick up theft as a hobby and drug dependencies at a young age. But I'll tell you what's even more frowned upon at a family function is when the kid who hasn't even left school yet is making more money than everyone at the table combined. What sort of how that throws off the power dynamic? Not even the parents can discipline him. That's why all the child actors always get drug problems, all right? Because they need something that brings them down to earth. And I'm sorry if you're on Instagram all day, waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, you're gonna have a problem later on in your life. All right, you need to be able to look back at your childhood and go, God, remember when we didn't do anything? Oh, remember when we had no responsibilities? Some of these 14-year-olds are managing three other 14-year-olds and editing videos all day. What's fun in that? What's the fun in that? You want to come home and slap your mom and say, Mom, 2 slices of toast, bitch, I'm playing video games until 9 o'clock. Do not look at me in the eyes. I feel sorry for the actual successful parents because a lot of these videos that I'm seeing of these kids, they're in pretty nice bedrooms, all right? Pretty middle class. And I don't know if this is because daddy's never at home that he can't whip him into shape. But imagine you work all day, you grew up in poverty, you've got a good job, being a salesman, and you come home. Hey, 7 o'clock at night. The sun's still out, Jimmy. Why don't you come down and we'll throw a tennis ball at each other and chat. And he doesn't respond, and you go to your wife, "Hey, what's Jimmy doing?" She goes, "Oh, it's what time is it? Oh, it's 7. He's probably meditating." Sorry, what? He's probably what? No boy meditates in my house. Leave the meditating to 21-year-old yoga instructors and people in recovery, please. What are we doing meditating, right? Below the age of 18. What shit have you got in your life that you need to slow down and think about? There's a lot of things that they all do seem like good things. I think I'm just jealous. I think I'm jealous of these 13-year-olds that they're gonna have more money than me in a couple of years. And then what? Then what? Then I'm not even gonna have a chance to beat them up. All right, they're gonna be on private jets. I'm not even gonna be able to see them in real life. They all love quotes. Hey, let's quote this. Let's quote that. Hey, the guy that goes to the gym when he doesn't feel like it is going to be bigger than the guy that only goes when he's motivated. Yeah, all right. Well, what about this? What about this? This little quote that I made up in the bath, in the red hot bath, in my own piss. You have to have done nothing in your life to do something. All right. The man who finds the directions will stick longer to the path than the man that is told them. All right. That sounds fucking wicked, doesn't it? And I just thought of that while I was fading in and out of consciousness in a red hot bath. I don't think I was doing anything pretty productive at 13. I don't even remember what I was doing. I don't remember anything from the age of 14 below. All right, so what does that say about you? Well, I was most likely playing video games, and I just feel like you just need a little bit of innocence as a child. You don't need to be having an OnlyFans account. You don't need to be watching porn. You don't need to be starting a advertising agency and staying up till 5 in the morning and thinking that you're better than everyone else. All right, you're gonna end up wearing adult diapers, guys. You're gonna end up going to Disneyland when you're 30 with no kids because you missed out on it because you were too busy having Skype calls with men all right, while you were still a boy. Can you imagine being the CEO of a multi-million-pound company as well, and you're losing money in this economy, and you're going for the board meeting, and they say, "Oh, we give you a new budget for advertising. How's that going?" And you stand up and you have to look at all of these senior members of the company in the eye, all the shareholders, and you have to say, "Yeah, well, our toothbrush that plays music, I have got the work a very quick boy on Instagram who is going to make us reels that are going to sell our toothbrush." It's that meme, you get thrown out of the top of the skyscraper and scraped off the pavement if you had the cheek to even who is going to use a 14-year-old boy to do anything? The only reason I could come up with this, why kids feel the need to do this, is because we have a critically low amount of sexual predators left. Back when my parents were children, they had to spend 90% of their time looking around with their head on a swivel. That they all used to say, 70% focus, 30% cautious. You're kicking a ball around 1 minute, the next minute a van pulls up and you're on an island with all the politicians and the leaders of the world. The first thing I wrote when I was thinking about this was, how many 13-year-olds could I defend myself against with a cricket bat? The age-old question, eh? I want to say 10. I think I would like to get into double digits. It's a bit of a Reddit question, this, isn't it? But I do think I could kill 10 to 13-year-olds with a cricket bat quite easily. I think the first swing is going to take out 3. All right. And then subsequently after that, I think I'm just going to go to town. I'm going to get bored after 10, basically. I think after 10, I'm going to go, all right, that's enough. Eat me. I think I'm probably going to hell. Okay. But I'll tell you what. In hell will be the new heaven when I get there. I guarantee it. There'll be like whispers in this world. Like, gee, have you heard about hell? What? All the cool people, all the people at the parties that you guys aren't invited to. They'll be saying, yeah, God, I don't know. I just had a dream that hell is actually pretty fucking sick. There's a guy there that just won't shut up, and everybody loves it there. And then the guy will go, oh my God, that's so weird because I had a dream about heaven and it's kind of fallen off a little bit. You know, think about hell. It'll have Brad Pitt there, Stephen Hawkins, all the crazy individuals that make this country and this world a freaky cool place to live. Where do you think they go when they die? They don't just live in the ground. They all go to hell, where I will be. All right. So all you 13-year-olds that are playing dress up entrepreneur, all right? The best thing that you could do for your life is put down your headset, right? Get your phone and start chewing on it, and you'll find out that you cannot even eat that. And when you can't do that, go outside and walk into traffic. All right?